Afghanistan mountains. 2011. Sergeant Tony Garcia held a dying Afghan interpreter in his arms. The man had saved Tony's platoon 3 times, warned them about ambushes, translated conversations that prevented attacks, risked his family to help Americans. Now he was bleeding out from a Taliban bullet. "Promise me," the interpreter whispered. His name was Rashid. "Promise you'll help people who need it, even strangers, especially strangers," Tony promised. Rashid died 2 minutes later. For 12 years, Tony kept that promise. He had no idea it would save his own life. Tony owned a small auto repair shop in Tucson, Arizona. Garcia's garage. Just him and one employee. Nothing fancy. They fixed cars, honest work, fair prices. He'd been doing it for 8 years since leaving the Army. PTSD made it hard to work for other people. Too many bosses, too many rules, too many memories. So he worked for himself, fixed engines, stayed busy, tried not to think about Afghanistan, about Rashid, about the promises he'd made. One scorching afternoon in July 2020, a car pulled into his lot. Old Honda, maybe 1998, smoking from the hood, barely running. A young woman got out, maybe 22, crying, panicking. Tony walked over. "What's going on?" "It just started smoking," she said. "I don't know what happened. I don't have money for repairs. I just need it to work. Please." Tony popped the hood, looked inside. Radiator hose burst. Coolant everywhere. Engine overheating. "Where are you headed?" he asked. "California," she said, her voice shaking. "I'm leaving. I have to leave tonight." "Running from something?" Tony asked. Kept his eyes on the engine. She didn't answer right away. Then quietly, "Yes." Tony had seen that look before. On Afghan women fleeing the Taliban. On soldiers running from demons no one else could see. Fear. Real fear. "This is going to take a few hours to fix," Tony said. "How much?" she asked, her voice desperate. "Normally, about 300 with parts and labor." She started crying harder. "I have $60. That's it. That's all I have in the world. I need to get to my aunt's in San Diego. If I don't leave tonight, he'll find me. He'll kill me." Tony looked at her, really looked. Bruises on her arms, fading but visible. A cut above her eyebrow, healing but recent. "Go inside," Tony said. "There's a waiting room, a C, water, bathroom. Sit down, rest. I'll fix your car." "But I don't have money." "I know," Tony said. "I'll fix it anyway." "Why?" she asked. Suspicious, scared. "Because someone once told me to help strangers," Tony said, "especially the ones running." Her name was Rebecca. She sat in the waiting room for 4 hours while Tony worked, replaced the radiator hose, flushed the cooling system, changed the oil, checked the brakes, replaced worn brake pads, checked the tires. One was nearly bald. He replaced it with a used one from his shop, filled her gas tank. When he finished, the car ran smooth. Quiet, safe. He found Rebecca asleep in a chair, exhausted. Hadn't slept in days, probably. He woke her gently. "Your car's ready." She stood up, started digging in her purse for money. "Keep it," Tony said. "What?" "Keep your $60. You'll need it." "But the repairs?" "Done. Free. No charge." Rebecca stared at him. "Why are you doing this? I don't even know you." Tony thought about Rashid, about the promise, about strangers helping strangers. "Just get to California safe," he said. "That's all I need." She started crying, hugged him. "Thank you. You have no idea what this means." "Drive careful," Tony said. "And if anyone asks, you never stopped here." She nodded, understood, got in her car, drove away. Tony never saw her again, went back to work, fixed more cars, helped more people, forgot about Rebecca. Life moved on. 3 years later, August 2023, Tony was closing up the shop. 6 p.m., hot, tired, ready to go home. A police car pulled into the lot. 2 officers got out. Tony's heart sank. In his neighborhood, cops showing up meant trouble. Something happened, someone hurt, something wrong. "Tony Garcia?" one officer asked. "Yeah, that's me." "Can we talk to you for a minute?" "What's this about?" Tony asked, his mind racing. "Did I do something wrong?" No, sir, the second officer said. We just need to ask you some questions. They sat in Tony's office. Small, messy, smelled like oil and coffee. The first officer pulled out a folder. Do you remember a woman named Rebecca Morrison? Tony thought. The name sounded familiar. Maybe. Why? 3 years ago, the officer said. July 2020. Did you fix her car? For free? Tony remembered. The crying woman, the burst radiator, the bruises. Yeah, Tony said. I remember. I fixed her Honda. She was in trouble, running from someone. The officers looked at each other. Mr. Garcia, the first officer said. Rebecca Morrison's ex-boyfriend was a man named Derek Cole, wanted in 3 states for assault, kidnapping, and attempted murder. He'd been tracking Rebecca for weeks, had her phone tapped, knew her route. Tony's blood went cold. The night. You fixed her car, the second officer continued. Derek was waiting for her at a gas station 30 miles from here. Security footage shows him there from 7 p.m. to midnight. Waiting. Watching. If Rebecca had stopped there for repairs like she planned, he would have found her. But she never showed up. Because you fixed her car 4 hours earlier. She drove straight through. Missed him completely. Tony couldn't breathe. She got to California safely, the first officer said. Changed her name. Started over. Derek searched for her for 2 years. Never found her. Last month we finally caught him. He's going to prison for life. Multiple victims. Multiple charges. Tony sat in silence. Processing. But that's not why we're here, the second officer said. What? Rebecca told us what you did. How you fixed her car for free. How you didn't ask questions. How you helped her escape. She wanted to thank you. Wanted to pay you back. But we told her about something else, something you need to know. The first officer pulled out more papers. Do you know a man named James Hartley? No, Tony said. Should I? James Hartley robbed a convenience store in 2021, the officer said. Shot the clerk. Killed him. Fled the scene. We've been looking for him for 2 years. Couldn't find him. Then last week we got a tip. Anonymous. Someone saw him at a bar. Gave us his location. We arrested him. During interrogation, he confessed to something else. Tony waited, his heart pounding. Hartley said he'd been planning another crime, the officer continued. July 2020. He was going to rob your shop. Knew you kept cash on hand. Watched you for weeks. Planned to come in armed. Take everything. He paused. But the night he planned to rob you, there was a car in your lot. A woman. He watched you work on her car for 4 hours. Watched you help her for free. Heard you tell her to keep her money. He said something about that stopped him. Made him rethink. He left, never came back. Eventually got caught for other crimes. But he specifically mentioned you. Said watching you help that stranger made him realize he was becoming a monster. Tony stared. I don't understand. The point is, the second officer said, you helped Rebecca, saved her life without knowing it. And in doing so, you saved your own life. Because Hartley decided not to rob you. Because he saw kindness and it stopped him. Your choice to help a stranger created a ripple you never saw. Tony's eyes filled with tears. There's more, the first officer said. He pulled out a letter. This is from Rebecca. She wanted you to have it. Tony opened the letter with shaking hands. It read, Dear Tony, you saved my life 3 years ago. I was running from a man who wanted to kill me. I had no money, no hope, no reason to believe anyone would help. Then you did. You fixed my car, didn't ask for money, didn't ask questions, just helped. Because of you, I made it to California. Because of you, I'm alive. I have a job now, an apartment. I'm safe. I'm happy. I'm free. I've spent 3 years trying to find a way to thank you. Then I heard what the police told you, about the man who was going to rob you, about how helping me saved you too. And I realized something. Kindness is never one-directional. When you help someone, you help yourself. When you save someone, you save yourself. You taught me that. So thank you for fixing my car, for asking no questions, for seeing me when I was invisible, for being the reason I'm alive. I can never repay you, but I can promise you this. I will spend the rest of my life helping others the way you helped me. I will be someone's Tony, and your legacy will live on through all the people I help. With eternal gratitude, Rebecca Morrison. Tony read the letter 3 times. Couldn't stop crying. The officers stood to leave. One more thing, the first officer said. Rebecca started a nonprofit. Helps women escape domestic violence. Provides car repairs, gas money, safe transportation, everything she needed when she was running. She's helped over 100 women in 3 years, all because you helped her. He handed Tony a card. She wants to meet you, if you're willing. Tell her yes, Tony whispered. Tell her I'm proud of her. 2 months later, Tony stood in a community center in San Diego, Rebecca's nonprofit headquarters. Women everywhere, mechanics volunteering, donated cars being repaired, hope being restored. Rebecca walked in, saw Tony, ran to him, hugged him like a daughter hugging a father. You came, she said. Of course, Tony said. I had to meet the woman who turned pain into purpose. You taught me that, Rebecca said. You showed me that one person helping one stranger can change everything. Now I'm that person for others. They walked through the center together. Rebecca introduced him to women she'd helped, their stories, their escapes, their new lives. This is Maria, Rebecca said, fleeing her husband. We fixed her car last month, got her to her sister's in Oregon. She's safe now. This is Jennifer, leaving her boyfriend. We gave her gas money and a mechanic checked her engine. She made it to her mom's in Texas. Started over. This is Ashley, running with her 2 kids. We replaced her tires and gave her a prepaid phone. She's in therapy now, getting help. All of them, because you helped me, Rebecca said. Your choice 3 years ago saved all of them. Tony couldn't speak. Rebecca handed him an envelope. What's this? Open it. Inside a check. $20,000. Rebecca, I can't. Yes, you can, she said. You spent $300 on my car. This is from donations, from the women you saved by saving me. They wanted to give back, but there's more. She pulled out papers. We want you on our board. Help us expand. Use your skills to train other mechanics. Teach them how to help women escape. Be part of this movement. Tony looked around. At the women, the hope, the second chances, all because he fixed one radiator hose, all because he kept a promise to a dying interpreter in Afghanistan. Okay, Tony said, I'm in. Here's what Tony learned. Rashid was right. Help strangers, especially strangers, because you never know what you're saving. Tony thought he was just fixing a car, but he saved a life, and that life saved 100 more. And somewhere in that chain, his own life was saved too. That's how kindness works. It ripples, spreads, comes back. You help someone today. They help someone tomorrow. And 20 years from now, someone you never met is alive because you chose kindness. So fix the car. Give the help. Ask no questions. Be the stranger who changes everything. Here's my question for you. Whose car needs fixing? Who's running and needs help? Who's the stranger in your life that needs you to not ask questions and just act? Help them. Because in helping them, you might be saving yourself. You might be starting a chain that saves hundreds. If this story moved you, leave a comment about a stranger who helped you when you needed it most. Subscribe if you believe in mechanics and ordinary people who keep promises. Share this story because someone watching is running right. Now, and they need to know help exists. We help strangers. That's what heroes do. Now go be someone's Tony. Go fix the car.